Hello everyone, I'm Haanahgrace. Welcome to my channel. I view topics like reality TV, current events, gardening, and wellness from a behavioral and faith-based perspective. Again, thank you for joining me, and please hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons. The views expressed in this video are for entertainment purposes only. All commentary is alleged. Today we're talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to discuss a scene between Leticia and Marcel Scott. Leticia seems to think the world is against her. She said people are coming for her business, her marriage, and her. Let's talk about it.
The only thing you do is sit up here, work hard, and try to do what we're supposed to do as a family, as business owners. It's like, oh, we're going to try to attack your marriage. Oh, we're going to try to attack your business. Oh, we're going to try to attack every single thing y'all put out. And it's sad. Like, what do you want from us?
And so Leticia is saying that the only thing that they are trying to do is to work hard, to be a family, and to build their businesses. Essentially, that's what she's saying. Okay, that's fine. What Leticia and Marcel do you think other families are trying to do? They are trying to do the exact same thing that you said. Didn't Marcel just a couple of episodes back call Melody's business unprofessional? Is that not trying to attack someone's business? Did not Marcel, your husband, someone hired him, and this is all alleged, someone hired him to do a project for them. The lady reported that she paid your company over $400,000 and he did not complete the project. So, only thing I'm asking you is, the only thing this woman wanted was to hire your husband for her business so she can expand her business, so she could take care of her family. But your husband, allegedly, according to her, took her money, did not finish the job, and seemed to have had no remorse for what he did to this woman's business. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how he has injured this woman both financially and in her business because she couldn't open up some of the suites that she wanted to open up. And then there's another lawsuit that we heard about where your husband was supposed to build a barbershop allegedly for someone and did not finish that. So let's get this straight. If you have a business and you taking people money and they're not satisfied, they can complain about you, and they can let the public know, and the public can also talk about it. So if you don't want people to talk about your business, do one or two things. Either close down your businesses, or when someone hire you to do a job, do it professionally, do it within your scope of expertise, and finish the job. And there's one other thing that y'all may want to consider. That is, stop copying people. Stop copying what other people do. Stay in your lane. If someone go and they have a hair care product, you see that, then you go and you start your daughter's a hair care product, and then you go and copy off of their website. You should be called out for that. And so just let me say that I really do not believe that Leticia went into this hair care, children's hair care business alone. I think her and Stormy collaborated on that. I can't be sure, but that's just what I believe. I cannot see Leticia going and taking Stormy's website, copying the entire website, and then copying her ingredients and making it her own. I don't think she would have done that without Stormy's permission. Maybe she would have taken the information off of her website, but I cannot see her taking this woman's ingredients off the back of her bottles and then putting them on hers. It's a little bit more to it than what we're seeing. Now, we have seen a pattern of Leticia copying other people's ideas, but listen to what her husband had to say.
All right, great idea. Who owns the bag? There's so many people out there, and you hear this, and y'all haven't picked up on it yet. You hear, don't leave an also.
So he thinks he's smarter than the average bear. Now, people have picked up on it, Marcel. People already knew that you and Leticia were copycats. So that is what the allegations have been, even from season 1 when Leticia put her mommy business logo up. It looked really, really close to what Melody had. And Melody always said, even in season 1, Melody said, let's stay in our own lane. You do commercial. Holt & Holt does the residential. What I can't remember exactly what Kimmy and Maurice did, but she was saying stay in your own lane. Basically what she was saying is stop trying to do what I do. Do what you do. Stay out of my shadow. That is what she told Leticia. Stay out of my shadow. Whether you know it or not, people look at that as being a thief. Stealing people intellectual ideas, stealing people ideas. That's what that looks like, is that you are a thief. That's what it looks like. And you know what the Bible says about a thief? Once a thief has been found, they have to pay 7 times. You're going to have to pay for stealing people ideas. Don't you realize that? Now listen, you sit there and you talk about you just stole somebody's idea. But it's also being alleged that you have stolen people's money, that you have not paid bills. You owe people, they put liens on your property. When you start stealing from somebody's intellectual property and you think, oh, it's no big deal, this is what the rich people do, then you'll eventually, if you got that mindset, that is going to bleed into other areas of your life, like finances. You're not only stealing people's finances, you're going to steal their ideas, you steal their finances, and they can't trust you. They have to watch their back around you. Don't you see the pattern? Get out of here with this bull crap. You think you're smart. You're talking about don't leave nothing around Marcel because Marcel will take it. Who you think will do anything around you now? Nobody want to be around you. And guess what? I wouldn't blame them. And now you and Leticia sitting up talking about, oh, they're coming after our marriage. They're coming after our business. They're coming after us. What we're trying to do is build homes for the community. And what? You're going to build homes for the community and you can't build your own home? Who do you think going to buy off on that? And so the scripture that I just referenced was Proverbs 6:31. But this is regarding the thief. But if he is found out, he must restore 7 times. And so let's continue to listen to what Marcel said. And I want to shout out Diana Rose because I did get this information from her channel. She had heard an interview that Marcel did with Carlos King, and this is where she got the information from.
People don't even understand the flex of buying patents and taking people's ideas. You know what rich people do? They tell you shit like, oh man, that's a good idea. I buy it off you. Yes.
And so we heard what Marcel said. Now, the difference between you taking someone's idea and somebody buying an idea from somebody is totally different. So I'm not sure what you're saying here, but trust and believe. When you are around someone and they have an idea, and that's what Melody has continued to also tell us. Don't let people know what you're doing. This is why when Melody is doing something, she's moving south. Because it's so sad that you have a friend and you come up with an idea. You let them know, and before you know it, they done took the idea. Man, what you're doing, what you and Leticia doing to take someone's idea and brag about it is wrong. Now I can see. People take people ideas all the time, but you don't usually hear them going around bragging about it. They at least try to disguise it in some kind of way. But for you to be arrogant about it speaks volumes to your character. Now, I don't want to hear anything about somebody coming for your marriage, somebody coming for your business, and somebody coming for you because y'all always coming for somebody else's stuff. That's what you just said. And here we are again, Leticia talking about somebody coming for her marriage. I don't know what is wrong with this lady. She act like she's the only woman in the world where some mistress or someone has talked about her marriage. Some mistress has tried to get some money from her husband. She act like she is the only woman in the world that this has happened to. Well, I understand you trying to protect your marriage and your family, but you blaming someone else for trying to tear up your marriage is not going to fix your marriage. It's not going to do anything for your marriage. The only thing it's doing is sound like you are a broken record trying to blame someone else for your marital problems. If that's what you have, I don't know. Don't really care. But because you bought it up and you're accusing people of coming for your marriage as if you are the only person in the world with marital issues, then we're going to talk about it. So I want to go back to the conversation that you and Melody had when you all had coffee at the coffee house. I want to be very clear. Melody did not bring up your marriage. Melody said nothing about your marriage. Marcel was the one who told your husband, Marcel, it wasn't like y'all didn't have 20 women. And when Marcel came home, he told you just that. He did not mention Melody's name. Melody had nothing to do with that conversation. Now, here we are. We're going to listen to exactly what Melody said when you all sat down. In fact, Melody was finished with the conversation, and then she asked you, is there anything else that you would like to discuss? She didn't bring up your marriage. She didn't bring up anything other than what pertained the issues that you and her had.
Is there anything that she wants to say about? Your husband has made these false statements about Marcel. How do you know they're false? Because I know they're false. How do you know they're false? Are they real? That's neither here nor there for me to say.
So again, Melody and Leticia have finished talking about their concerns with each other. Melody said, is there anything else you want to talk about? Leticia says, yes. Your husband has made false statements about my husband. So now let's continue to listen to the conversation.
Are they real? That's neither here nor there for me to say. Okay.
So from what I'm hearing in this conversation, Melody didn't even want to have anything to do with your marriage. She didn't want to have anything to do with any rumors. But since you asked her, you said your husband has made the false accusations, and you asked her, is it true? Melody said, listen, that's neither here nor there for me to say. I'm not getting in it. Is in essence what she's saying. I don't want any parts of it. And then you told her that you know it's not true. Melody says, well, how do you know it's not true? So let's continue to listen to this conversation.
Okay. You feel like Marcel's out there doing something and you know about it. You know the pain of that situation. So if you know something, why wouldn't you come to me and say something to me?
So now Leticia is saying, okay, if you know that Marcel is out there doing something, why wouldn't you come and tell me? Melody is saying, you know why I wouldn't tell you? It's because you're not going to believe me. So here's the question that I have for Leticia. Do you want her to tell you, or do you not want her to tell you? If she told you and you feel like it's a lie, why are you saying she's trying to destroy your marriage? You were the one that asked her if she knew that Marcel was out there doing something. Why wouldn't she come and tell you? You act like you wanted to know. This is what Leticia goes on to say.
Know the pain of that situation. So if you know something, why wouldn't you come to me and say something to me?
Again, Leticia's asking her, why wouldn't you come to me and tell me? Then Melody is saying, I don't want to get involved in it. Leticia is saying, you know the pain that brings with it. Melody is saying, figure it out on your own. And then here is when Leticia throws a low blow.
I know my husband is faithful. Just because your husband did all it ain't no just because. A girlfriend for 3.5 years and a whole bunch of side chicks. So this is what I'm gonna say.
So Leticia again is asking Melody about what does she know about Marcel being out there cheating. Melody is not telling her anything. Then Leticia says, look, Melody is saying figure it out on your own. Leticia said, well, I don't have to figure it out because I know my husband is faithful. And then Melody said, made a sound like that. And then Leticia was like, just because your husband was out there cheating, just because your husband had a 3.5-year relationship, she's comparing her marriage to Melody's marriage. This is what she's going back and forth doing. Now she know that Melody know that she had this coleslaw lady and Martell messing around for years. She knows that. Melody knows this for sure because this is her marriage. Leticia, on the other hand, knows that Melody knows that, so she gonna jab her with that. She know that this woman was going through this pain of infidelity in her marriage, and she took that information and used it against her. And here's the problem that I have. People only heard Melody say, when your husband is out at the club at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, I think she said 4 or 5, or 5 or 6, whatever she said. She said, when your husband is out there, pull up to the club, put those kids in the car and pull up to the club so you will find out on your own. Don't ask me. But people had a problem with Melody telling the girl to pull up to the club, but they didn't have a problem with Leticia saying all the stuff that she had said about this woman's marriage. She brought up the coleslaw lady. She brought up the number of years that Melody had been dealing with this, but Melody not supposed to come back at her. A lot of people had a problem with Melody telling her to pull up to the club. If it had been me, I probably would have showed her the pictures after she came for me. This is how Leticia ends the conversation. She gets up and says this.
Anywhere you're not being honest.
Oh, yeah, I'm not being honest. I'm not being honest, y'all. That's fine.
So, good luck with you and your husband, his 3.5-year relationship.
And good luck with yours. I'm not going to give you all your info yet, but I'll give you the receipts when you're ready.
Oh, I have a receipt for that BMW.
When you're ready to see them.
Now, I will agree that they're both going back and forth now. Melody saying, I'll give you the receipts when you're ready. Leticia said, I already have the receipts for that BMW that your husband bought. Hey, and then when Leticia gets in the confessional, she said that Marcel had bought a BMW for someone and it's not his wife. So here it is. Hey, Leticia, you get whatever you get, girl. If I had receipts, I'm telling you right now, if I had been Melody, if I had some receipts, you would have them. And not only would you have them, I guarantee you they would have been all over the internet. They would have been everywhere because of your behavior. You asked her for the receipts. Then when she told you she didn't want to get involved, you get mad at her and talking about, well, okay, if you know the pain of this, why wouldn't you tell me? Then you say you don't believe her anyway. She tells you you're not going to believe her anyway. You said, well, you know, she's telling a lie because your husband is faithful. So which one is it? You're confusing everybody now. Are you confused like you're trying to confuse everybody else? Is that how you and Marcel operate? Just confuse everybody? But here's the deal. Now, like I said, do not continue to talk about people trying to destroy your marriage. It's old, it's stale, and it's untrue. So flat out lying when it comes to somebody trying to destroy your marriage, your business, and you. That is not true. You have gone around, you and Marcel are not innocent in this matter. In fact, truth be told, it sounds like your husband had been fondling money from Martell, had been knew the side chick. He had been talking to her. This lady said that Marcel was a nice guy. She knew him personally. So you're going to tell me that you're going to have a problem with somebody destroying your marriage when your husband has befriended your friend's husband mistress, and you don't see a problem with that? If I were you, I would not open my mouth up again about anyone trying to destroy your marriage. If somebody, and Marcel already told you, the only somebody that can destroy a marriage is the two people that's in it. So get over it, get out of it, or get on with it, whichever one you choose. What it sounds like to me is that Leticia and Marcel can give it, but they can't take it. Now, here's the thing. If someone report you for illegally gambling, and you actually was gambling illegally again, that's not anybody's fault but yours, because you can't conduct illegal activities. They should have reported your butt. The other thing is, if you submit a false bid, you win the bid. You mess up a multi-million-dollar project and people countersue you. They were going to leave it alone, and you filed a suit saying you wanted your money for a project that you didn't complete. Guess what? That's your fault. Ain't nobody coming for your business. They're coming for what's right. If you mess up someone's building, if you lied on a bid, that was nobody's fault but yours. You put the pen to paper and put that information on that paper. None of us did that. We're just reporting on it. So no one is trying to mess up your business. You mess up your own business. And if you go and copy somebody's website and you give it to a web designer and they put on your web page what you submitted to them, that's not your web designer's fault. That's your fault. You should have proofread your information. Stop blaming someone else. Are you seriously telling me that you put someone else's information on your website and someone else found out about it and they were supposed to not say anything? Are you crazy, lady? Or are you just delusional? And here's another thing. If you hear your mother talk about someone else's kid's hair and talk about and question their baby girl's paternity, and you sit there and take up for your mother, then who is coming for someone's family? Don't do that. If you don't want someone coming for your family, don't come for someone else's family. And stop the narrative that people are trying to come for your business, come for your family, and come for you. Because that's just the way it goes. Hey, again, what goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. So if you don't want people talking about you, stop doing what you're doing. Maybe when people wouldn't have anything to talk about. And if you don't want people talking about you, maybe you should get off TV. Or better yet, why don't you just move to Never Never Land, where your husband was when he filled out that Zen garden bid. Goodbye and goodbye again. Now that's all I have for Love and Marriage Huntsville. But at the end of the video, you're going to see a cough syrup that I made. I have to let it sit for about another week and a half before I can try it. I'm going to try it and I'm going to report back to you and let you know exactly how it works. Please don't forget to subscribe. Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Do you think that people are coming for Latisha and Marcel's marriage, businesses, and them personally? Or do you think that what people are saying is justified? Thank you again for joining me. Have a beautiful day, and remember, I am Aris.
Shari.